distributed in the region, and this is one of them.
This is not a mere shot at enhancing food production, which can potentially transform scores of lives, incomes and economies in the region, but a deliberate and serious quest in perfect concurrence with Africa's Millennium Development Goals in agriculture, with just about 3 years to the aim target for realization by 2015. Ibrahim Jata, GRTS.
Well, you can monitor GRTS radio live on our website, and that's on www.grts.gm. Time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at news from outside the Gambia. Stay tuned then.
What was it? Eben cultural mais ke no mona register engo kada boda diway tansi fu ñu ma fa cultural kare kabini 15 of June yemo lo kultuba funan da hande nko yajele inyo let ne wato kafu wari on the 15th of September wala last register dong
Ndefana register talko
ndefana register tale mbari mo woto momo waytela sim card register kati on the 15th of September wala on deadline kafurti je momo mela sim card register e benet woko network to e be la line o kuntulale he yar fa bol ñam oto mbadu nga bari e na line o register.
Welcome back to the news. Authorities in Cameroon have ordered the closure of some 800 schools across the country. The affected schools have been listed as unfit for operations. Education authorities are looking to rid Cameroon of some of the clandestine schools operating illegally. But the move, as we hear in this report, could deprive poor school-going students of a means to get an education.
The authorities in Cameroon are clamping down on so-called clandestine classes operated by unqualified people in schools which lack certified teachers. In Douala alone, 124 schools have been officially shut. Across the country, there are about 800. On what is normally back-to-school day, doors are sealed shut in places which have been opened by parents without official permission.
This operation has been ordered by the Education Ministry. The objective is to clean up the situation and to ensure that quality education is available for the children.
Families often give their support to unofficial teachers who include parents and friends.
When pupils are refused by the colleges and private high schools, that's where you find what are known as the cattle sheds. That's where you find these clandestine schools.
In spite of the government order, some clandestine schools remain open, such as this one in a working-class neighborhood close to Douala Airport. At least 50 youngsters are in class. There is a schoolmaster in charge, but the teacher's actually the caretaker.
Last year we had about 120 kids, and this year we hope to have more. The parents are happy, so I think the numbers will increase.
The ministry wants to underline its authority by closing the unofficial schools. The measures risk depriving many youngsters in poor parts of town of any education at all.
Police in Togo have arrested the country's former Minister of Territorial Administration. Pascal Bojana was picked up for questioning in connection with an alleged fraud case. Police say he is suspected of playing a key role. And in Libya, a car bomb blast has killed a colonel in the army of former Libyan leader Colonel Muammar Gaddafi. It is the latest in a spate of attacks targeting senior members of the Gaddafi establishment. We have details of those stories and others in this roundup.
A South African court has reversed its own decision, suspending the charges it had leveled against 270 striking miners for the deaths of their 34 comrades shot and killed by police. Under an obscure law used in the apartheid era, they had been charged with murder and put in jail. An investigation will determine what charges will eventually be brought against them now. The former Minister of Territorial Administration in Togo was arrested in Lomé on Saturday in connection with a corruption case. Pascal Bojona will be called as a witness in a case of international fraud worth up to $48 million. He could be charged with participation in the fraud case, pitting the Togolese director of a security company against his partner, a businessman from United Arab Emirates, Abbas Al-Yusuf. In Libya, an explosion rocked the city of Benghazi on Sunday as a colonel in the Gaddafi regime was killed when his car blew up. This was not the first explosion targeting members of the security services under the former dictator. The attacks are generally attributed to Islamic radicals. Thousands of young girls participated in the traditional dance of the Virgins on Monday in Swaziland. They danced and sang near the residence of King Mswati III. The tradition is popular but very contested. The king chooses a new wife every year from the group of dancing virgins.
With campaigning in full swing ahead of the November presidential polls in the U.S., President Barack Obama is gearing up for the U.S. Democratic Convention with a lengthy interview with CNN reporter Jessica Young. In the interview, Obama spoke extensively about why he spends time at the dinner table with his daughters and helping them complete their homework.
My interview with President Obama, I talked to him about why he hasn't built more relationships with some of those Washington insiders who could have helped get his agenda through. Here's what he said.
Sometimes Michelle and I not doing the circuit and going out to dinners with folks is perceived as us being cool. It actually really has more to do with us being parents. When we're in town here in Washington, in the evenings, 6:30, we want to be at the dinner table with our kids, and I want to be helping with their homework. And I think that's sometimes interpreted as, me not wanting to, be out there slapping backs and wheeling and dealing. And that really has more to do with just the stage we are in our lives.
If you're reelected, your girls will be older. They'll probably have their own weekend plans. They might not want to hang out with mom and dad.
It's already starting to happen. Yeah.
Do you think you might do more outreach of what you call backslapping with members of Congress?
My hope is that getting past this election, people will have an opportunity to maybe step back and say, you know what, the differences that divide us aren't as important as the common bonds we have as Americans. And some of that, I'm sure, will require additional effort on my part. Hopefully, we'll see more effort on the other side as well.
So in the documentary, we delve more deeply into all of these issues, both the president's family life and some of these issues of partisanship in Washington and who shoulders responsibility for it. And we talked to some of the president's closest aides, including Secretary Clinton, his former personal assistant Reggie Love, former Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel, and the leader of the opposition, Speaker John Boehner, and a lot of other people. I hope you'll watch.
Time now to take another break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned in.
There are many property companies out there, so making a choice can sometimes be difficult. This is why you should rely on a professional and experienced player in the market. Let me introduce you to Universal Properties. Universal Properties. Universal Properties. Universal Properties are one of the oldest and the most reliable property company in the Gambia. Universal Properties, we have 3 great locations to offer: Lamin, Brufut, and also on the Sukuta Airport Highway. In Lamin, we have 25 by 20 with inner roads, electricity, water, and some residents are already in place. We are greatly located in Brufut and very well accessible. The place you would want to build your dream home. Universal Properties. Universal Properties. And in Sukuta Airport Highway, you can have easy access to the airport, roads, and all amenities. We are located on number 2 Carava Avenue FIB House on the 2nd floor. Call us on 788-8888, 618-8888, or 996-5204, or www.universalproperties.org. Universal Properties. In God we trust. In God we trust.
welcome back. And before we go, reminder of our headlines. Speaker Abdoulaye Bojang has said the National Assembly is committed to ensuring transparency, probity and openness in the management of all public institutions. Employees of project implementing agencies and their counterparts in the public sector are honing their